What's up, guys? Hybrid Mongoose here, and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Go. And today is my first, I guess you could say, PvP video. I actually recorded a bunch of practice Rainbow Cup battles with my friends, and we are going to go through and I'm going to show you, kind of what I learn in each one of these. I'm planning on doing a series of these where I do a couple battles with friends, like 5 or 6 battles, and then I kind of explain like what I've learned, and then right before the cup starts, I think I'm gonna try to come out with a just full-on prep video on what you need to look for, because I've already learned so much. And like I said, I'm new to PvP, although I'm pretty successful so far. So let's go into the actual PvP battles. And as you guys can see here on the right hand side of the screen, you're gonna see Shiny Lapras. Look at this, just in honor of the Rainbow Cup. You can see what a perfectly timed shot of a Lapras. I got a Shiny Lapras yesterday. I got multiples. I'm not going to give that away. Video will be out tomorrow for that, for the Shiny Lapras vlog. But you can see this picture I posted on Twitter. It's amazing. It's the end of the rainbow is a Lapras. Just crazy timing on that. Like, what are the chances that that would happen? So this is going to be the first time I'm actually going to participate in the actual any kind of tournament for the Silph Road. I'm actually very excited, and it's going to be fun kind of covering this content. I'm learning so much, so let's get right into it. Now, the first trainer battle was with my friend Cherie, and you can actually see here we go out and fight, and she was not fully 100% ready. I'll be honest, I'm the one who was like, hey, I need to do these battles. But as you guys know, Charizard is one of the top. It's definitely in the meta of this cup. It's one of the top Pokemon in this league. I think she actually used a block there. I actually use a block as well because of Thunder Punch, super effective versus Charizard because he's flying. I end up switching my Pokemon to Fortress, and then I go ahead and just take this Power Punch, or the Thunder Punch. As you can see, it's not a good matchup for that Raichu, as I'm sitting there basically letting him hit me. It's okay. So yeah, take out the Raichu with no problem. And then here comes the Venomoth, which the Venomoth is actually pretty strong in this league. You'd be surprised in terms of the bug type attackers. Lose to the Venomoth there. Then I got Quagsire, and you can see I'm like, okay, I'm not going to use anything, and this surprised me. That did a lot of damage. Venomoth is actually pretty powerful in this cup, and it's kind of crazy to see that. So as it's coming again, here comes the Silver Wind. There goes Charizard back up, and that was a good move for me switching the Charizard out. That was perfect timing. Now, she's out of shields at this point in time, and you can see this is not a good matchup for her at this point. This Venusaur is got a lot of damage, doing a lot of damage to me, but I actually get the shield up in time, and that Sludge Bomb would have definitely killed me. A Sludge Bomb can actually pretty much one-hit KO a Charizard, which is kind of surprising. So here comes the second battle where I actually use a Kingdra, and you can tell she switches right away because the Dragon's Breath is actually doing a lot of damage. I pull off Outrage on it. She just chooses not to block, which actually pretty much just annihilates that Blastoise. Then we have a Weeping Bell. As you can see, this is the one cool thing about Kingdra. Kingdra is extremely strong versus most of its counters. Kingdra just amazing. It can still do tons of damage to what would typically be a normal, a normal counter to it. There's only one real counter to like Sludge Bomb hurt. I'm not gonna lie, that hurt. But as you can see, Kingdra's no slouch. It's doing good amount of damage towards Weeping Bell. Then I got Quagsire here, which is doing the ground attack moves. I blocked the Sludge Bomb. I don't know if that was a good idea or not. Next up comes a Charizard, and I do an Acid Spray, which lowers the defense, which is really cool, even if they block it. Here, I choose not to use the shield and just take the damage, which is actually, it does decently okay. At this point in time, I actually did get a different charge move for Quagsire to do an actual, Stone Edge, so it can actually kind of do Acid Spray and Stone Edge and kind of switch between the two. At this point in time, I still have one more shield and, a full life Charizard, and there you go. Moral of this story is Charizard is definitely, Charizard is like top on damage. You're going to see Charizard a lot if you want to kind of go off meta, or, you definitely need a counter to Charizard. Just plain and simple, pretty much at this point in time. It's going to be a very common Pokemon in this league. So next up, I go Raichu. And funny thing about Raichu is I actually changed which Raichu I was using after speaking to my friend Brian, which I do fight him as well in this video. I didn't block this, which was a good move there. You know, using a Raichu that has the legacy move Thunder Shock is huge. That's the one that's actually going to do a really good job. This one was early on to my practicing, so I didn't know, but you will see I actually had 2 Thunder Shock Raichus in there that actually do a lot of damage, so that was really cool. So as you can see, Typhlosion is not the greatest Pokemon. It does okay here, but I'm gonna, you'll see later on, every time I try to use Typhlosion, I did not have very good luck. I do not believe that a Typhlosion is a substitute for Charizard. Not at all. Not at all. It can't take the hits that Charizard can, although, yes, I mean, it's weak to certain things that Charizard isn't, and vice versa, but, you can see here. And also, Seadra there also could be a good alternative over Kingdra because it's not weak to ice, which is actually really interesting at this point. And you can see the Venomoth is there. Wild Charge is up. I think she's out of shields, and Wild Charge just wrecks. Wild Charge does a ton of damage. Next up is my friend Brian. We actually go and we fought a million times. I mean, a million times. So this is the best, not the best matches. I actually show me losing as well, but I wanted to show why I lost and what I actually learned from this. So here goes Typhlosion, and I told you I don't think Typhlosion is a good counter, although it has Shadow Claw, which is amazing. Electricity versus, I probably should have blocked that. I tried to do a Blast Burn. I can't remember if he blocked it or not. Nope, blocked. Okay, so, Shadow Claw does a decent amount of damage, but I still do not think, look at that, guys, Fortress. Fortress is crazy strong. Very good, probably the best, I think is the best bug type in this cup. I actually threw out the idea of maybe trying to do a, whoa, the rain is coming down outside right now. Maybe trying to do a, all bug type group, but I don't know if it's actually possible, especially with Charizard out there, being able to do super effective fire damage to things like Parasect and things like that. So, as you can see, I'm doing Rock Tomb, which does a decent amount, but Azumarill is so strong. It's such a tank in this league. Such a tank in this league. And, you got basically water versus ice right here. I choose not to use the shield. Oh, no, actually, I did use the shield. That might have been the right course of action. I'm not sure. I wanted to save up my energy here for the next battle. And then you can see Venusaur here. I have an Ice Beam. Blocks the Ice Beam, and I think he does a... Oh, I didn't actually get... See, you can see I just barely lost this match. I had Ice Beam there, but I just missed it. Okay, so next match you can see Kingdra. Kingdra versus Charizard. Kingdra wins. Kingdra wins. That's what we're learning right now. Kingdra definitely 100% wins. And Kingdra, like I said, does great versus almost all of its normal counters, except for Azumarill is its direct counter. If you want to counter Kingdra, Azumarill is the answer. I will tell you that right now. So you can see Thunder Punch. I block, and at this point in time, I'm just trying to keep the damage going. I'm keeping my Kingdra alive to just dish out the damage. Dish it out. I think he does Thunder Punch, which really hurts, but you can tell, look at this. Raichu should be wrecking me, and I end up out damaging it. I'm down here, but I pick Charizard, of course, to counter. Charizard is the way. If he uses Sludge Bomb here, it's not good. If he had Sludge Bomb, I would have been pretty much dead right there. Pretty much dead right there. I don't know if he has... Yep, he uses one more shield, but you can see that Fire Spin is doing the damage, and I get a Dragon Claw again. Boom. Got him. Win the match right there. So that's actually really cool. Now we're going to show another matchup. This is the Raichu. This is not the Raichu with Thunder Shock, but you can see that I'm like going through and, knowing when to switch and all that is very important. Now I'm stuck out, obviously, with Charizard versus Blastoise, which is not good. This is not good. I'm like, okay, well, let's get these Dragon Claws out as fast as we can to try to dish out the damage as quick as possible. So, yeah. I block it here, which is a good choice. I don't know if I end up taking him out. Yep, do another Dragon Claw. He might have blocked it there. Nope, he lets me do it. Still has 2 shields, by the way, which is not good compared to 1 of mine. Although I'm sort of up on damage at this point. Acid Spray going off. Now I think Stone Edge would have done a little bit more damage. The defense fell there. He switches it, doesn't like the matchup. I'm like, okay, just hit me with that. Didn't realize. Either way, that's a bad matchup. Quagsire versus Venusaur, not good. Even this matchup is not great. Wild Charge, it hits super hard. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Now it's Raichu versus Raichu. He has the brick break right off the bat. He's gonna beat me here because I just don't. Yeah, he just had the better legacy one. Now next match, here we go. We got Kingdra versus Charizard again. You can tell, like I said, Kingdra is a very good matchup versus Charizard because of that Dragon's Breath. That Dragon's Breath hurts. Dragon Claw also hurts Kingdra a lot because it is also Dragon. So it's like Dragon versus Dragon. You know, you can see how it's going to go. Boom. He's down. Go Raichu. And again, it becomes a almost point of Kingdra does so much damage. Just so much damage. It's like, okay, just keep Kingdra alive and try to kill 2 with 1. And I think he blocked it there. Didn't show the animation correctly, but I think he blocked it. Brick Break, I'm down. Switch to... This is when I was trying to do a full-on Dragon team. This is actually good. This is a good matchup right here. If they have a Venusaur because of the bite, it actually works pretty good. Surprisingly enough. You can see that the bite is actually really hurting him. And then I'm using, obviously, Dragon moves, Outrage. He blocks it. But look at that bite. That bite is just ticking away. Ticking away at him. So I take the damage and then I switch to Charizard. Boom, it's pretty much over at that point. I didn't even get to use my Charizard. So now we're fighting with Master Chi. Master Chi. And he's the one that actually like really found out the counter to Kingdra. The other people I faced couldn't really kind of cope with it. So let's see what happens here. I go with Kingdra, he goes with Blastoids. This already is not the greatest matchup in the world. It's kind of sort of even in a way. But he's got, if he uses ice moves, it's not good for Kingdra. It's not good for Kingdra. I don't think I block, and he uses Ice Beam. Boom. Instantaneously, I'm like, okay, this is not a good matchup. It's not a good matchup, which is why Seadra might actually be better for this cup. I don't have any more Horsey, so I have what I have. So you can see here that Victory Bell is in there as well, but Victory Bell is not as good as the other grass type attackers. You can see, I mean, I'm taking away. I'm trying to bait out that last shield. I'm trying to bait that shield out is what I'm really actually trying to do. So Meganium's going off. I'm choosing to block at this point, Leaf Tornado, and you know, Victory Bell is ranked up high, but it's kind of like a glass cannon. It doesn't do super, I mean, it's doing okay. Don't get me wrong, it's doing okay. I'm trying to get, there we go. I got him to use his last shield, and then he goes off and tries to get me with Leaf Tornado again. I let him hit me. It's not super effective, and then I take him down. I still have 1 shield left, and he's still only got the Blastoids. Of course I'm going to use it. Oh, no, I'm not going to use it here because I think I have, yep, 1 more Pokemon. Try to get off this in time. Oh, here comes the shield. That's clutch right there to block it, and then I should have it in the bag. Yep, that's 1 down. Oh, no. Wait a second. That's right. He still had 1 more Pokemon. Oh, yeah. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. Look at that. It just shows you the damage that Kingdra can do. 1 Outrage and Dragon's Breath. And look at the life of that Zapdos. That Zapdos is almost dead. Almost dead right there. That is the super close. I think I messaged him after this and was like, dude, how close was that? All right, so we're going to go Kingdra again with Venusaur. Now, this is actually an okay matchup, but I switched to Charizard, of course. Charizard is just the thing to pick. I chose not to block. If he does Sludge Bomb, there you go. This is one thing I learned. If you're ever facing a Venusaur, you probably want to block it on a Charizard. You probably want to block it because look at the damage I just took. Now, I'm just like, all right, just kill me. I'm good. Just beat me. I'm good. let the Charizard go. That's the good thing about Charizard and Kingdra. They do tons of damage on the right setups and the right matchups. But when they're countered, you just got to know what most people are going to use, and that's why I said Sludge Bomb. It hurts. It hurts. Yep, you can see that I'm just like switching back and forth. I use the block obviously because if Zap Cannon would have probably one-shot KO'd me, and you can see that I'm just dishing out the damage with Kingdra. I think Kingdra is one of the sleepers in this group, in this cup. Don't sleep on Kingdra. Kingdra is strong, super strong. The only downfall, like I said, Seadra might be better, but Seadra doesn't have as good as charge moves. So it still can do Dragon's Breath though, but it does have a little bit of less life. So, I won that match. I think I won this match here. Yes. Yep. Won this match here. And yeah, just good typing there. I really think that if he got rid of the Zapdos and probably used something like a Raichu, probably would have worked out better for him. All right, so another match here. You can see I have my Legacy Raichu right there, and I instantly switched to Charizard knowing that the typing effectiveness. I'm like, okay, look, this is the problem. Look at the damage that is being, like, just by Dragon Tail. Look at that. It is like 10% a hit. It's not good for that victory build. Look at this. That is not good. That's not good. I made him burn one of his shields, and I'm still there. Azumarill is the problem. This thing is a tank and a half. Obviously, it's not a good matchup. I can't switch. I'm stuck out. At this point in time, I don't have anything. I mean, what I'm using is okay versus it. Raichu's okay versus Azumarill, but Azumarill's such a tank. But really, right now, I'm trying to bait out his shields. He's not doing it. He's not falling for it. I'm trying to use the shield pressure and just break it out. Just get it out of there. He's smart and not using it because you can see here, I'm just like, that's the one cool thing about Brick Break. You can just sit there and spam. Look at this. Look how fast I'm getting. I'm trying to bait out that shield, and he's just not doing it. He's just not doing it. He's like, nope. Which was smart on his part. Smart on his part. I'm forced to use a shield because it's my one of my only Pokemon left. Brick Break again. You can tell he just like, I'm okay with losing that. That's fine. This is the one where I probably should have switched at some point back to the other Pokemon to keep Kingdra alive. This is the problem here. Is play rough. Boom. Super effective. Not good. This is not good. No shields remaining. If he does another play rough, I'm done. That's it. That's it. Direct counter. Azumarill is so good. So good. So that is actually the end of the matches. And what we actually learned here today is Charizard is a beast. Charizard is such a beast. It can take out so much things. But if it's countered hard, the things to watch out for are obviously electric types. If you're facing a Venusaur and you think you got it in the bag, that Sludge Bomb is going to kill you. It's like almost like a one-shot kill. Azumarill, Kingdra is like a sleeper. I'm telling you, Kingdra is awesome in this league, except for it does take ice damage. So Seadra might actually be better. More information on that later. I'm gonna go back to the go back to battles, try to figure it out, which one's actually better overall, and then Azumarill is a direct counter to Kingdra for sure at this point in time. So, and Typhlosion, I can't stress this enough. I don't think Typhlosion is a substitute for Charizard. I don't really like Typhlosion in this cup right now. I don't. I'll be honest with you. I have one that's powered up. I did use it as you guys saw, but I'm just not a fan of it. I'm just not a fan of it. So that's my first PvP video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to be coming out with another, more Rainbow Cup battles, more information to give out and my opinions on things. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later.